Hey guys, how's things? As like many of you know, I've done like a whole bunch of anxiety videos on my Facebook page, and the original, the purpose of this is to do like a feature length. So it's kind of like when a band records like a whole bunch of demos, and like this is finally the album being made. For some reason, though, YouTube just wouldn't let me stream it live, so just thought fuck it, I'll do it on the Facebook page. This is my story about anxiety and like a lot of the, I'll be blunt, a lot of the shit that I've had to deal with. But I think it's kind of like it's a bit strange when you do a film like this, because it's like you go back to the start and kind of work your way through. So for me, the origins came from like 15 years of bottling stuff up, and like I never ever it was only very recently when I started working through stuff I kind of realised like how fucked up a lot of stuff that I've had to deal with is. So I know the videos like when I spoke about like having a booze dependency at 20, like when I had my nose broken from that idiot, when I've been in and out of work, in and out of college, it's only recently where I've had like a lot of stability and continuity. But if I go back to the start, when I was at school, I was a bit of an outcast. I mean, fair enough, I had friends and stuff like that, but it wasn't until about fourth year when I started coming out, Michelle started making friends and stuff, because my home life at that point was absolutely shit, and also my school life was shit. And I've always been one of these guys where it's like, as I've gotten older, I've kind of seen like the importance of having like some sort of positive influence, or like something to look forward to in life, Oh fuck. Well, that was unfortunate. Anyway, as I progressed through fourth year at school, the relationship with me and my foster family, especially my foster dad, it really deteriorated to the point where as soon as I made it clear that I was going back to my grand's, because I was young and stubborn at this time, but I wanted my independence at a young age, and my foster carers and their social worker, they used to openly badmouth me in front of me. They would openly talk about the plans for my old room and this, that and the next thing, and it's horrible. Looking back, it's very petty, but at the time I wasn't giving a flying fuck. I was just getting away from them. And there was actually a night when I had it out with my foster dad, which again, it wasn't violent or anything, but it resulted in the police being phoned, me just about being arrested, them bitching and moaning to their social worker on the phone. And I remember when it happened, I kept thinking to myself, I wonder if he'll mention to the social worker that I told him that he looks like the talking statue from Art Attack, which he does, But I seen them just over a year ago when I was in town, and they got a major fucking shock, because I always used to hear them saying oh yeah, Chris will do nothing with his life. It was kind of it's kind of hard to explain. It's because I didn't have the best concentration span at school, but again, because I had all this shit going on at home, and I was trying to basically Che Guevara my way back to my grand's, it's obviously my attention span isn't going to be that good. So eventually I got away, went back to my grand's, and honestly, it was not a good place. It wasn't a positive experience for me going back to my grand's, but again, because I wanted my independence at a young age, I learned so much when I stayed at my grand's. I learned how to keep myself safe in the community, how to keep myself safe in my own home, the importance of keeping my door locked 24/7. I mean, where I stay now, it's nothing like that's going to happen. But again, I've always been of the belief though that there's no such thing as being too safe. And again, like with my gran, like I've got a lot of experience, but it really started to break down around the Christmas time. And my through care aftercare worker at that time, he was never ever pushy, but he would always like give little hints here, there, and everywhere. And there was one day I remember like going home and like there was no electricity, and my gran got paid on the same day. Oh shit! And oh, fucking hell! Sorry. And my through care aftercare worker at that time actually said, "Look, Chris, do you think that this is like a good idea? You being here?" And eventually I just said, "No, I was going to need something a bit more, like where there's like much more of a backbone." Like so anyway, like I moved on to supported lodgings, and like when I first moved to my grand's, like I started noticing that my mood was really, really low, and like I was starting getting agitated and stuff like that, and like I had an understanding at that time of like anxiety and depression, but I'd never witnessed it firsthand. So it's like it was a bit of an eye opener for me in the sense where it's like you do need to witness something like this to understand it. And anyway, we'll move on a little bit. Cause I'm not going to tell you like the whole timeline or anything. So after supported lodgings, I'd moved into my first proper house about, I think it was like a couple of years down the line. And because I had nobody like to kind of tell me no, like don't go to the pub, don't, like, you know what I mean, like don't fall into bad habits or anything. I noticed that I was drinking more and more and more and more and more. And by the time well, it was before I lost the old house. And around the time of that, and I will mention this in a minute, I kind of noticed though that I was starting to develop a dependency. And like growing up with those, vowed, I mean this with all due respect because I love my gran and I miss her every day, but I'd always vowed not to be like gran. And here I was, like in this house, basically being like gran. Although, I mean, I was a bit more sensible where like I always made sure that everything was paid. So it's not like I was sitting with nothing and just like, you know. But eventually I lost the house. This is maybe not the wisest place to openly talk about this, but I'm just going to do it. I had a neighbour that I didn't get on with who burnt my house out. And that's kind of like what fucked me up like majorly. And I ended up in the Willie Walker Centre, and it's the same thing. I was just drinking all the time. I was smoking weed all the time because I just wanted to oppress like all the bad stuff that had happened. You know, again, years of bottling stuff up. Something bad happened to me, I would be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like I'll worry about it later. But what I've kind of realised though, like as I've gotten older, and I'm going to be 30 soon, what I've noticed is if you basically go to the pub and you've got a problem, it's still going to be there the following day. And also I'm kind of at the stage now where like if I go out on the piss, like I actually feel brutal the following day. Plus I'll feel like a little bit fragile like the day after that, and like I've started getting migraines and stuff, so obviously it's maybe not, you know, but again, it's just one of the learning experiences. But after like the fire, like again, because I'm like such meticulous, like I leave no stone unturned. Like I always just wanted answers about everything, and I remember talking to my through care aftercare worker, who I'm still good friends with to this day. And I kept asking like all these questions because at that time, because the police were obviously investigating what happened, right? And again, this is fucked up. I do apologise if this like hurts anyone, but the police tried to accuse me and the CID tried to accuse me, and I know exactly why they'd done that. With paperwork. Like, they know that I didn't get on with the neighbour, but like their version of the story. It's one of the things. It's like their version of the truth and the truth are more often than not two completely different things. And like again, I'd always heard stories about how bent the coppers are, but I'd never like truly believed. When I say never believed, I mean I knew that like you got like the odd bent copper here and there, but I never realised how major it was. So anyway, like eventually, like sorry, I got about a million things going through my mind there. Eventually, like I made peace with it, you know, because I noticed though that I was drinking all the time for about a year after I moved into this house, and I know that I had to calm down. Otherwise, I was going to be in like a lot of trouble, like with my health and stuff. So eventually, like I was saying, I made peace with what happened at the house, but I made like the error of replacing having a drink problem to problem drinking. And what I was doing at that time was that I used to get paid every second Friday, and what I would do is go out on the Friday, maybe about lunchtime, get pissed, get my shopper and gas licky, go home, well, come here, get myself cleaned up and stuff, get some tea, go out, just get hammered out my tits, and like there'd be a lot of times where like I'd wake up on like Sunday or Monday and the weekend would feel like a waste, but to me it was like I was at the age where I felt isolated in here for a while, and like I didn't want to I didn't want to be isolated. I wanted to be doing stuff. And at that time I was about 22, 23. Yeah, 22, 23 year old. I didn't know any different. Because most people that I went about with ended up drinking. Most people I went to school with ended up drinking, and I was always determined to move away from that. As hard as it is, I was always determined to move away. But obviously after what happened, that's when who I lovingly refer to as the fuckwits came about. I've got other words to describe him, but I'm not going to do it on camera for obvious reasons. And for about a year, maybe 2 years or something, my confidence took such a battering because, again, I was trying to move away. Like, because I would go about with them for about, well, when I started going about with them, it was after like a week and a half to 2 weeks or something. I literally thought to myself, what the fuck am I doing with these idiots? And the main one that, again, I've named and shamed them in all the previous videos, Andy. It took me so long to get rid of him. Because what he started doing though was, because I started signing on, it would have been around the March, April time. And the day that I signed was the day that he got paid. So what would happen though was he would say or do something on his gyro day to piss me off, just so he never had to share his gyro, and I never wanted anything. You know, I've never borrowed, or I've never lent or anything like that, and it's like I've always been do with what I've had, with what I've got. Sorry, but what he was doing, sorry, was as soon as I got paid, Chris, like literally at the crack of dawn, and I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Because there was a couple of times where, like, again, like, well, one time, sorry, like, he asked me for a shot of £20, and I knew exactly what he was going to do. So I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And then once he bumped it, I said, well, don't bother coming back here because you're not welcome. And keeping in mind, I wasn't 25 at the time, so I was only getting 110 a fortnight. So I was only, so like, that 20 quid though, that's like a tenner out my gas and electricity. I mean, I never had Sky at the time, well, no Sky, I've got Virgin now. So I never had like cable TV or anything at that time. But when I was working, again, it's just because I felt like I had no freedom to do this. Like, I wanted to save money, like, I wanted to get like a TV package, just so in that way, like, because I only had a PS2 and a DVD player, a CD player, that's it. Like, no, like, I've got about 400 or 500 DVDs, but, like, sometimes, like, you just need a bit of TV. And again, like him being him, he's like, oh, we wouldn't get that, that's just a bill to pay. And I saw straight through what he was saying. Like, don't get that, I haven't got it, it's better than what I already have. And he's, like, he doesn't like being one up to that way. But eventually, like, I got rid of him. And, like, for about a year or so, I mean, things were okay. Like, the hangers on, like, they were still there in the background, but they weren't, like, getting as involved or anything like that. Although there was one time when two of them turned up when I got paid on the Friday. This was after I turned 25. I was actually off the booze at this point, because I managed to come off it and stay off it for about 4.5 months. And this was around the Christmas time. Like, I will never forget this, right? They came to my door, and I knew what they were wanting. And like, I walked with them into town to, you know where the Tesco is? The one that's across from, like, you've got the HMV, yeah, you've got HMV and then the bank, and then across from that you've got, like, Pingland here and Tesco here. So what I'd done though was, I walked into town with them, and one of them actually turned around and said, oh right, so am I getting money for booze? And I just turned around and said no and walked off, because I was planning on going to Groucho's that day anyway. And again, it was one of the things, like, because I bumped into oh fuck, when was it? About 4 or 5 months ago. Same thing, came in, just started acting like a bit of a Mongol, because like, I went buying a pint, and I'm just like, if you've not got money, don't go to the fucking pub. Like, it's really, life isn't always black and white, but for me, it's one of the black and white situations where it's like, if you don't have money, don't go to the pub, you know, because it's you know, nobody likes a parasite. And anyway, but eventually, like, I managed to get rid of, it's like when I got accepted for BT, which was at the end of 2014, because I remember I'd been on ESA for about 6 months, because I was in a really bad way, mentally and spiritually. I mean, because I had my nose broken as well, and like, I was just not ready for anything. I mean, I hardly left this place for 6 months, and it was just horrible for me, you know, because for the most part I've always been like outgoing. Like, I've never allowed anything to hold me back. I've never allowed, well, as I've gotten older, I've never allowed anything negative to dictate my life. Be it drink, drugs, which to me are no, or like people that are just complete fuckers, you know, because it's the way I see it is, if you allow something negative to dictate your life, it will. And it'll literally dictate every single aspect of your life. So but eventually, like, I got accepted for BT, and literally, like, within 2-3 days of me starting, I was getting messages every single night from this guy, like, come down with booze, come down with booze, come down with booze. And I remember just looking, like, at my phone, I was just like, really? But again, it got to the point, like, it was really starting to annoy me. And I actually said to him, look, I'm not being funny, right, but I'm not coming down, because for a start, I don't get paid by the fucking day. And also, if you were working, I don't think you would pay for anyone else to drink. So, like, why should you live for free off, like, my hard work, when you've basically sat with your thumb up your arse? And, like, eventually, I remember talking to one of my good friends who I met through these people, and I always like to think there's been, like, positive influence on this person's life. But I remember talking to her when I was in Helsinki last year, and like, she was telling me, like, all this stuff about, like, oh, how jealous they were, and like, I know they were. And some of the stuff that she was coming out with, I was just like, you know what, I know they were jealous, but there's some things that people don't need to know. Because she was saying, like, oh yeah, they're waiting on you fucking it up, and this, that, and the next thing. And the same person, like, I never took offence to this. I actually seen the irony in it and hypocrisy. But to me, it was the most offensive thing that he could have said. Because he turned around and said to her, Chris won't last because he can't stay off the drink. And I'm just like, coming from somebody who's got a booze dependency and has been also drinking like a lot longer than me, and obviously hasn't gotten to that stage where, because when I started at BT, like, I seen the importance of like maybe not drinking through the week, keeping it to weekends. And then the following summer, like, I was doing the straight edge thing for about 3 months, and that was such an education in itself for me, because I didn't miss it. I mean, I was bored quite a lot of the time, but I just didn't miss it, because I noticed such a big difference in my mood. I was much more positive, much more upbeat. But again, like something like, because I've seen somebody at that time and that kind of went, and like, I started drinking again. But what I'd done though is, instead of just going out and going on like all the hard stuff, what I'd done was, I said to myself, right, stick to pints, right? Go out with a tenner, see how you feel after that tenner. And to me, it was such an education, in the sense that it was like you're learning like to be responsible with drinking again, because for a while I was going out with about, well, when I started at BT, I was going out with about 60, £70 and just going on like anything and everything. Like my dad was like, me and my dad used to go out like after I had my nose broken, and I remember like I felt like I had no momentum like at all. I mean, I was good seeing him and going out, but I was kind of like, I want to have fun. I wasn't having fun going out. Like the pubs that me and my dad were going to, there was about 4 people in them, including me and my dad. So, like, and I was just like, oh. And I remember, like, because I was going to go home this night. This was on a Friday, and I was walking past the Saltire, and I just thought to myself, fuck it. And I walked in and started singing "Hey Baby," and one of my good friends was doing the DJing at the time, and he just looked like where the fuck did this guy come from? And everyone's just up for it. And I remember that was like the most defiant thing I could have done like that night, because obviously it was after I had my nose broken. I had to deal with like quite a lot of bad stuff after that. But I remember like end of the night, because I was just sat at the bar and I thought to myself, if I could do this constantly, imagine all the momentum I'm going to build, all the confidence I'm going to get, and all the friends, like, everything's going to build itself back up. And like the barwoman at the time, who to me is, like, she's obviously not biologically like an auntie, but I treat her like an auntie. So I remember just sitting there and I was starting to feel like, for the first time in like forever and ever and ever, I was feeling good about things. And I remember she came up to me and said, like, because I'd never gone in on a Friday night at that time, but I remember she just said to me, like, Chris, what the fuck are you going about with the idiots for? And I said to her, look, I'm trying to get rid of them, but it's kind of like every time that I told them to fuck off is treated as a challenge and not a statement. And anyway, like, as time went on, like, I was going in more and more and more and more and more, and because all these people were banned as well, I knew I could go in there, I could be myself, I could be like the Chris that I know, the Chris that was there like during the number 1 stage, like the Chris that just didn't care, not the Chris that was like riddled with anxiety and depression, and like just had such severe self-esteem issues. And anyway, so I just remember like that period, that was just brilliant for me, because I was starting to come out my shell. And then obviously like ended up on the SA because like a lot of stuff that, anyway, like obviously like when I was doing the straight edge stuff, that's when I started cutting like all the hangers on off, because once I cut them off, like, it's kind of like they finally took it seriously. But I think it's because I'm like constantly busy now as well, so yeah, and it's like, but one thing I will say though is, over the last 6 months or so, I've noticed though that all the hangers on, and I don't mean, I was kind of hoping not to name check this person, but I'll do it, but Kelly as well, and they're all the bad stuff that they've done to me, like, that's coming back to bite them on the arse cheeks, and you know what, they deserve it. And especially, like, you know, the Kelly stuff, like, I've spoken about it, like, a million times before. Like, I'm sure there's going to be, like, a drama on the BBC soon about it. I'm kind of starting to realise, though, with the Kelly stuff as well, though, that as time's gone on, as horrible as that situation was when I was left completely devastated and heartbroken by it, I'm seeing more and more, like, how much of a blessing in disguise and how much of a major fucking bullet that I've dodged. Because, you know what, this is controversial, like, I don't care. To me, Kelly is nothing more than a no-good lying bitch. And again, it's one of the things, if she's got a problem with it, that's her problem, not mine. But anyway, I mean, I think, like, kind of moving forward, like, because I tend to keep my mind, like, I tend to keep my mindset, like, in the here and now. And because I've got, like, such a big summer coming up, like, I'm trying to keep my booze sorry, I'll start that again. I'm trying to keep my drinking habits, like, under control. And because I've got, like, a big summer coming up, I've got my 30th, I've got my friend's 40th, I've got, like, another birthday in, like, the end of May, and I've got my best friend's birthday in October. So I've kind of, like, when I've said that, yeah, I want to go straight again, I've kind of, like, realised that, you know, maybe it's not for me. And it's one of the things, like, even though I have tried it, it's not like I'm sitting about saying, yeah, for shits and giggles, I'll just say I'm going to do something, but I'm not really going to do it. You know, because to me, it's like, I've never ever understood why people do that. To me, it's just like, why be dishonest? But with me, like, there was, like, a genuine desire, like, to try and come off it, and, like, I'm still going to go through phases of staying off it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And yeah, I mean, I've started going to gigs sober as well, and for me, like, I'm enjoying it so much more, because it's not just, like, I'm enjoying the music more, like, I'm more aware of, like, my surroundings and stuff like that as well. Like, I'm going to go and see, like, one of my favourite bands at the moment, Volcano X, on Thursday, and I've actually got my Volcano X tattoo planned. So, it's one of the things, like, when I started getting tattoos, I always said that I wanted, like, to get at least one local band, like, tattooed on my skin at some point. And anyway, yeah, it's like, anyway, I think that's me just about finished anyway. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you.